again and welcome to Storm Watch 777. It is still March 9th, Friday, 2012. Second video for today. Generally we would just do one at a time, but we're doing two today because I'd like to tell you about my books. As I mentioned in the last video, as we were talking about Israel and talking about Iran and Greece, that I was formerly a Christian rock recording artist. Well, I've become an author and never planned to be one, but I am one, and I love to write. And of course, I write blogs, I've written columns, I've written for magazines, and now I write books. And I've written a trilogy called The Wayfarers. It is a Christian end times fiction trilogy, which I think that you would really enjoy. A lot of the things I've written about in that fiction tale, we are starting to see come to pass now. If you liked Left Behind, you would probably like this story. If you didn't like Left Behind, you might still like this story. Anyway, it's of course a trilogy. It's 3 parts. The beginning of the story is called Walking Dreams, which was actually written second because originally I didn't plan on this being a trilogy. I planned on it being one book, which led to a prequel, which led to a third book, which made it a trilogy. Let me tell you about the Wayfarers' Walking Dreams. Okay, it is the beginning of the Wayfarers trilogy. I'm reading my own descriptions here because I can't remember. Can't anything go right? He's a bright, industrious, and creative man whose world is falling down around him as his very life has become imperiled. As he teeters on the precipice of total breakdown, an automobile's mechanical failure forces this man without an address to begin a walk that was intended to take him to his place of lodging. But would he ever make it there? What colorful and potentially impactful individuals would he meet while on his unplanned walk? While life is tough for our friend, there are others who have it tougher. The suffering individuals that he meets along the way will bless him, enlighten him, and help to prepare him for an epic journey where he will be called upon to play a role of leadership to others as the United States of America is inflicted with severe trauma. And that is the brief description of part 1 of the Wayfarers trilogy called Walking Dreams. The second book is called 5 Feet from the Cabin Door, the second part of the story. This was actually written first, and this was originally intended to be the only book of the trilogy. So this is part 2. After Walking Dreams, you would want to read 5 Feet from the Cabin Door. The world has been flipped on its head as a distressed young woman is rapidly spinning toward rock bottom and feels compelled to take a walk to try to clear her mind and relieve her burdens. Little does she know that she does not walk alone, but who or what is walking with her? Does it mean her harm, or will it ultimately save her? What on earth drove her to come down to this desolate path? Where does this path lead? That same day, a spirit-led man is compelled to take a walk because there is a calling he must answer. There is no time to ask questions, and he too finds that he is not walking alone. Time is of the essence as the landscape and the world as a whole may be changing, albeit suddenly and not for the best. Are these individuals running from trouble, or are they running to a sanctuary that will bring them safety and security? This is part 2 of the Wayfarers trilogy, which led to the third and final part, which is called Jacob's Trouble, which was just released on December 1st of 2011. Jacob's Trouble, the final book of the Wayfarers trilogy, 6 months after America's worst day, that being a wave of terror attacks on the East Coast, the nation has fallen to its knees. The Christian church has been raptured home, or were the UFOs in the sky an indicator of a massive alien abduction instead? The US dollar is on the verge of collapse as rioting and looting mar the streets of the country's population centers, and martial law is still in effect. But there are some new sheriffs in town, and they are bent on taking over the traditional means of enforcement. Television and radio are being controlled, and only one network is left to report the news of the world. It seems that even the weather forecasts are being massaged. A young man and his brother are being watched by the quote-unquote new sheriffs, and he is led to head out back in an effort to stay on the down low. But how far out back or how far away will he and his brother have to go in an effort to stay safe? Will they end up going it alone, or will they meet others along the way to make whatever journey they take a safe one? Will a new man on the world scene have any influence on the events that transpire in the lives of the young man, his brother, or the world? This could be a journey where the end is the beginning at a time when the world is seeing the beginning of the end. Folks, I truly believe that you would enjoy reading the Wayfarers trilogy. The soft covers will range from $9.99 to $11.99 on Amazon.com. The Kindle downloads are only 99 cents, and you can get access to all of this at walkthetowpath.com. Thank you, folks. God bless you, and we will see you soon. And remember, look up, for your redemption draws near.
Look up, for your redemption draws near. Look up, for your